Welcome to the animation walk cycle tutorial part 7. This is the final part where we wrap up the walk cycle and we finish things off by doing little polishes and fixing things here and there just to make sure we wrap up nicely. So let's dive into it. Okay, so let's look at the arm there. Like that. It's slowly coming out of that pose. It's going forward, forward. I think it's safe to push this pose a little bit more. Spacing feels a bit too strained. Okay. I think it's safe to loosen that forearm a bit more. It's just a bit too robotic. There, there. You can get a bit more. Sometimes, like offsetting things and delaying when they get somewhere really helps bring your animation to life. Let's see now this arm, this section here. Let's see how that looks. Maybe a little bit more. And I do like scrubbing in a time slider as well to see where I need to push, push, push. Then push more here, push this down more. I can even see it from here, screen right. It seems to have a decent enough motion. Something is a little bit jerky though. Something is popping there. And the best way to find out is grab the whole arm, see what's happening. Just scroll through there and be like, okay, is there anything weird going on? Maybe even this. Right, let's check the controllers. Uh-huh. Yep, something here is happening. Let's get rid of these guys. For now, I don't worry about like the smaller controllers just yet. For me, as long as it's doing what it needs to, backwards and forwards, and it feels good, that's fine. I can then go in afterwards and be like, cool, we need a bit more left and right happening throughout the shots. I can work with that afterwards. So 79. Let's go here. Cool. Let's see this now. Okay. Do we have any kind of motion on the shoulder of this? No motion on the shoulder. We do on this one. Hmm. I'm actually thinking of just grabbing. You know what? Let's not be lazy. I was actually just thinking of grabbing the motion on the other shoulder and putting it over here. I can just do this in 2 minutes. Okay. So shoulder goes forward at this point. Around there, it goes back. And immediately these are the ease ins, ease outs. something like this. Let's see. Cool. So the arm's done. Let's do the hand as well. Same thing. Put some keys. And cycles are really good for you to test run the rig. It forces you to use majority of the controls on the rig, just and like know where everything is. It's a nice way when you go to a studio, guys, and you're doing your first shot, or if you're in the early stages of the animation process for the show, you would probably, you know, you might do a cycle, you might pick up cycles to just test them. Uh, Generally, it's either a cycle or you get like a shot to work on. Whichever one is nice, but I think cycles are really good for students to do in their own time and really try to look at the mechanics, get the mechanics right. It's going to help you understand the rig, and it's going to like rather than having a character in a scene acting, walking, running, grabbing something, having a character on the spot, doing a cycle, but making sure the cycle is correct anatomically and physically. Stuff like making sure you stay on model with the rig. You're not breaking the rig, like you're pushing too far that it breaks, makes weird, you're rotating, but you're not doing too much that you get these weird shapes. It's a really, really good way to improve your animation and apply, 12 principles without having to worry about extra stuff. So I think it's really good. Let's see. Okay, there he is. He's walking. We've done the steps. The steps definitely need a bit more work, but the chest is doing the rotation. The arms are doing the overlap that we wanted. And if I look from here, I don't need to do a play blast because the scene is so small that I can just get what I want. But there are things that I need to fix on the legs. I'm not going to go into it. I think it's more important for you guys to see me, do a cycle and see how it's usually done. It's just I'm looking at the leg over here. There's parts where it just pops a little bit too quickly, which I can fix. But yeah, like if you look at the leg, this leg here, let's go frame by frame. Frame one, two, three, and then pop, big spacing, like to avoid stuff like that. So the reason why is when I look at the kneecap, it's moving forward, forward, pop, big spacing. So that tells me that I need to reduce some of these guys. That feels better now. Let's see that leg there. When it's coming out from the back, there feels much better. So that's kind of like how you would go back and forwards and fix the cycle. Let's look at it from perspective. There we go. So we've got the arms going backwards and forwards, the chest moving left and right. There's stuff with the hips that we can do side to side as well, which just adds another layer. But this is kind of like the building blocks to creating your cycle. And a good thing about doing this, guys, is you can actually make a cycle, put it into your library, studio library if you have that. And whenever you have a motion or like a need for a character to be walking, you can just grab that cycle, put it into your shot, and off you go. Yeah. So there we go. That's our character walking. It's it's doing what we want it to do. Cool. Hopefully you found that really useful. Please like, share, subscribe. If you do like the content, that does help. But besides that, let me know in the comments what you think. If you've enjoyed the video, if you found it useful, if you are doing your own cycle, what are you adding onto your shot? So, yeah, cool. So I'll see you guys in the next video and hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.